Alright, so I'm running some errands. I just actually stopped at the post office. I meant to do this before I stopped at the post office, so you guys could see how much stuff I was dropping off. But I dropped off a huge box worth of stuff that we just sold. And now I'm heading to Kinko's to pick up some stuff for a real work thing for Katie that she has to put together tonight, but she had to get some stuff printed off. So I'm going to stop there before I go to work and grab that stuff and drop it off at home. I'll show you this box when I stop again. Alright.
My name is Gizmo, and I've been following my mom around for 20 minutes, hoping she would feed me early. Her too. Gadget. Gadget. Let's go outside. Gadget. This is a daily struggle. She wants to lick the bowls, hers and Gizmo's, absolutely clean before we go out. Gadget. Let's go. Come on. Good girl. Okay, guys. I have to share the most ridiculous day I've had so far. So, you may or may not know, I have this pretty significant meeting on Wednesday. So, with being in Denver all week, I didn't get to do any, I've been doing prep for months, but not any like physical prep last week because I was in Denver, like I said. So, I had budgeted today to just commit to doing all the like last minute admin stuff as far as like the paperwork getting printed and stuff like that. So this morning at 11 o'clock a.m. I sent in my paperwork to Kinko's to get printed, and it said 2:30 pickup. So Duncan works tonight, and so I said, hey, can you go pick this up? I put him as a pickup person, whatever. Gets there at 2:30, they don't have the order, and I was like, well, that's incorrect because I have a confirmation and a job code and an order number for them to look up. So they did, and for some reason it was suspended. Now, I kind of thought something was up because I've used FedEx/Kinko's, they're not really Kinko's anymore, many times in my life. Like, I already had an account made online and everything. So I've used the online system before. I knew because I wrote in special instructions for one of the files because I needed it cut and on cardstock. And anytime there's cutting involved, you have to put special instructions in. And they never called me. Normally when you put in like customizing like that, they call you. Trust me, I've done this a million times. And they never called me, so I kind of thought that was red flag number 1. Red flag number 2 is Duncan goes there and he can't pick it up because it's not done. So then they tell him like that they don't know why it was suspended and he can wait an hour. Well, he worked at 4, it was 2:45 by the time they even offered that to him. So of course he's not going to sit around for an hour. Besides, he was doing me a favor by going to get it anyway. So I call about an hour later and I'm like, hey, my order, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to come down if it's not ready. And she said that my files were shutting down her computer. Now, this lady was super nice. When Duncan came back, he told me that people were not very nice. So as soon as he came home, I'm like on the phone with customer service because this was like a $700 order. I'm not paying for it when it wasn't done. Like, so right now it's 5:30 and it's 3 hours after it's supposed to be done and I'm just getting it. Not only that, it wasn't done correctly. I have a lot of this stuff's going in binders, so I requested it to be hole punched. That request didn't go through, so I have literally hundreds of documents in my back seat right now that are supposed to be hole punched that I'm gonna have to do by hand. Like, they did not offer to do it for me, like, because on their end it didn't go through, which Like, maybe I'll give them the benefit of that maybe I forgot to put hole punch. I'm pretty sure I didn't, because I actually double checked every document before I sent the order in, because I wanted to make sure it was 100% correct. So that's that. And so now I have hours of hole punching to do ahead of me. So not only is my order 3 hours late, I have to put 2 hours into it to hole punch. I mean, 2 hours might be dramatic, but it's honestly tons of documents. So that sucks. So anyway, when I called customer service, they, like, the main customer service for FedEx took my complaint down and then transferred me to, like, a store customer service, I guess. Not like my location, but in general. And then she said she was gonna put the complaint into upper management. So I have not received a call back, but she promised me that I was good. Ooh, that light's bad. Sorry, guys, I'm driving. She promised me that I would get some sort of discount, and I'd certainly better, because time is valuable, and that's like 5 hours of my day that I wasn't supposed to be planning on worrying about this, that I'm following up and doing work that I paid for. So yes, I better be getting a discount. So sorry about the angry rant, but I just, like, coming from a customer service background, and I hate when people, like, I don't know if you guys have worked restaurants or customer service before, but generally, if you've worked in customer service and somebody has a complaint, if they've worked in customer service and they're kind of jerks about it, they're like, I worked in restaurants for 20 years and blah, blah, blah. Of course they know better than you, right? So I hate saying that, but, like, literally, here's what Duncan and I were talking about. If let's say you put an online order in for food, and you go at your pickup time and they didn't get the order, and we told you that your food wouldn't be ready for another hour and you can wait around if you want, and you're gonna pay full price, sorry about that. That wouldn't fly anywhere, right? So why is it okay for a copy place to do that? It just, especially since, like, your restaurant order is probably not $700, just saying. Anyway, so I definitely am going to be following up with FedEx to make sure that I get some of my money back, because I'm really sad. I'm like, I even told her, the lady I talked to when I went to go pick it up was super duper nice. She was super apologetic, much better than the people that Duncan saw when he was there. But, like, I was like, honestly, I don't mind coming back down to get it. I'm more sad about the hours of hole punching I have ahead of me. And she kind of laughed, and she's like, I'm so sorry. But, you know, I know that they don't, like, I mean, I'm sure they could probably hole punch, but it would have probably just taken just as much of my time to watch them hole punch than to do it myself, because I know when you put in the order for hole punching, it prints it on pre-hole punch paper. So it is what it is, I guess. But so I wish I could, maybe I'll try to show you how many documents I have to hole punch later. It's just so sad. But so that is my FedEx story, and I'm going home, and I still have so much to do. I'm trying to, like, remind myself that I do still have tomorrow technically, but I want to leave tomorrow for all last minute stuff. I have people flying in for this meeting, so I have to pick some people up at 9 a.m. Everyone else has rides, so I only have to go to the airport once. But we have dinner at 5:30, so technically I have all those hours in between, but I want to keep that for last minute emergencies, not hole punching paper. So wish me luck. I'll talk to you guys later. I shouldn't even be, like, wasting time updating you guys on this because I'm so behind. But I'm at the point where I'm so behind that it just doesn't matter if I waste 2 more minutes. But current situation, just spent 40 minutes on the phone with FedEx trying to get somebody to refund me / redo my orders so I don't have to hand hole punch everything to no good. So my mom volunteered to come over and hand hole punch so I could finish my PowerPoint. And as you can hear, my dogs are yelling at everybody outside. So current mood, annoyed and stressed out. Hey guys, it's 10 p.m. and we are just now going to get dinner. And, I mean, we're only going out because I have to get to Walmart yet to do the other half of the stuff that I need to do for my meeting. And Walmart's open 24 hours, so that's what we're gonna do. In case you were wondering, my case with FedEx has not been resolved, but they're supposed to call me tomorrow. But we are driving through Disney property to get to where we're going, so I thought I would share what it's like to live near Disney and drive through Disney to go to places that are not Disney. What are those lights?
ESPN?
No. You're working on this stuff over here. So this is like across from studios, and it's super dark except for some like giant spotlights that you can see in there. I think that's where the Star Wars resort is going, but there's like some crazy stuff happening in there tonight.
There's dust everywhere.
Yeah, it really is dusty and foggy. At least I think that's where the Star Wars resort is going. Makes sense. It's gonna be weird to go on that exit and like go past a resort.
That looks like a space station.
Right. Do you think it will from the outside?
I mean, yeah.
I think it has to be, because that's where Star Wars Land is across the street.
Yeah.
I don't think they have more room over there to fit it.
But across the street, like, you're supposed to, like, be able to leave the hotel.
Yeah, you're supposed to take a speeder.
Oh. Echo. It's a bus.
Or something that's going to go over the road, like a monorail or something. Since I'm on a ranting kind of day today, what kind of person leaves the carts in the middle of the parking lot? I mean, like, these are right here. The right turn is right there. Like, that's just so mean. Someone has to pick those up. The end. Oh, by the way, in case you couldn't tell, we're at Walmart because it's open 24 hours and I have a lot of shopping for this meeting to do. Okay, it is 1 a.m. and we're just leaving Walmart. And I can't even make this stuff up. But I get up to the cash register, and we had tons of individual stuff, so we didn't do self-checkout. And I pay, and she goes, your card's not working. Well...
No, first she said your card's declined.
Oh, yeah. She said my card's declined, which it's my corporate card, so I know.
Unless our company randomly went bankrupt overnight.
Or like an hour, because I just used it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, she tells me my card's declined. So I was like, well, that's impossible. Let's try again.
So she tries it again.
And it's like one of the like self ones. So like I put in the chip and I was like, okay, well, she hands me all these like stacks of papers and not a single one says card declined. It says chip damage. Try magnet strip. So I asked if I could, and she said, well, it's not going to work, and it didn't. But not once like did she offer any solution. So I'm calling my bank, and like it's ridiculous because I never call it because it's my corporate card. And to tell me my card's fine, the chip's fine, everything's fine.
It's their card reader.
It's them. So I didn't even bother asking the same woman because she like told me to go to the ATM and get cash, and I was like, it's a corporate card, it doesn't work like that. And she had a very hard time understanding what a corporate card was. But pulled the manager aside, she pulled it up on another register, and guess what? It worked. Not ever was that even given a possible solution. She was telling me my card was declined.
And that there was no backup for if the chip reader wasn't working.
Yeah.
That's literally what she said. There's no backup.
This is ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry that this video is me ranting about customer service, but I am losing today, you guys. Losing.
Well, it's technically tomorrow now, so
yeah.
This is a 2-day losing streak at this point.
Hopefully it ends after this sleep. But we are going to go home. And I still have some more stuff to do. And I have to pick up people at the airport at 9 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to need a nap.
Mistakes were made. The most tired. Involuntary 2 a.m. stay up.
It's 2 a.m.?
It's like 1:30, yeah. We're going to bed. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks for coming to the show! What did he say?